Hello students, welcome to the video class for the subject switchgear and protective devices. So today we will discuss about different important terms related to circuit breaker. Okay. So after knowing these terms, we are able to clarify all the terms, technical terms related to circuit breaker, how the circuit breaker operate, how the arc will start, or how at what time arc will extinguish. Everything we will know by knowing these technical or knowing these important terms. Okay, so under this we will know about the terms like arc voltage, restriking voltage, then recovering voltage. Okay, recovery voltage. So these are all the important terms, and then we will discuss about classification of circuit breaker. So under this we are able to know about different types of different types of circuit breaker based on medium used in circuit breaker. Okay, so based on medium used in circuit breaker, there are many types of circuit breakers. Okay, like oil circuit breaker, here the medium is oil. Like air blast circuit breaker, here the medium is air. Sulfur hexafluoride circuit breaker, here the medium is SF6. Vacuum circuit breaker, here the medium is vacuum. So based on the different types of based on the different types of medium, there are many types of circuit breakers. So we will discuss one by one different types of circuit breakers. Under this we are able to know the construction of different types of circuit breaker, its working principle or operation, its application, its advantages, disadvantages. Okay, so let's start with the important terms. Okay, so first term is arc voltage. What is this arc voltage? Okay, arc voltage, it is the voltage that appears across the contact of the circuit breaker during the arcing period. Okay, so let's explain about this. See, as soon as the contact of the circuit breaker separate, an arc is formed. I already told you, if this is a fixed contact, and this is also another fixed contact, and this is a moving contact. So when this moving contact is separated from fixed contact, then arc is developed right here. Okay, so when as soon as the contact of the circuit breaker separate, arc is formed. The voltage that appears across the contacts during arcing period is called arc voltage. So its value is low. Its value is low except for the period the fault current is at or near zero current point. Okay, so at current zero position, the arc voltage rises rapidly to peak value, and this peak voltage tends to maintain the current flow in the form of arc. So are you understand about this arc voltage? It is the voltage that appear across the contact of the circuit breaker during arcing period. Okay, so at current its value is low except for the period fault current is at or near current zero position. So current zero position is like this. If this is a sinusoidal, this is a current zero position, this is a current zero position. Okay, so its value at this point is low. At this point, that means at current zero or near current zero position, the arc voltage value is low. Okay, at current zero, the arc voltage rises rapidly to peak value, and peak voltage tends to maintain the current flow in the form of arc. And the next term is restriking voltage. So what is this restriking voltage? It is the transient voltage that appears across the contacts at or near current zero during arcing period. Okay, so it is the transient voltage. See, this is the transient part showing here. So it is the transient voltage that appears across the contact at or near current zero during arcing period. So let's understood about this. At current zero, what happens? See, this is the system voltage waveform. Okay, so this is the current waveform. That means this is a fault current waveform shown over here. So this here the current rises to this peak level, and then again it decreases to and here it reached current zero. This is the current zero point. Okay, so at current zero, what happened? A high frequency transient voltage appears across the contacts, and so at current zero position, a high frequency transient voltage appears. A high frequency transient voltage appears across the contacts and is caused by rapid distribution of energy between the magnetic and electric fields associated with the plants and transmission lines of the system. Okay, so this transient voltage, this part is the transient voltage. Okay, so this transient voltage is known as restriking voltage. Okay, so the current interruption in the circuit depends upon this voltage. If the restriking voltage rises more rapidly than the dielectric strength of the medium between the contacts, uh, the dielectric strength of the medium between the contacts, the arc will persist for another half cycle. Okay, so if the restriking voltage rapidly rises, okay, it rises more rapidly as compared to the dielectric strength of the medium. That means before rising of the dielectric strength of the medium, if the rising voltage rises more rapidly, then the arc will persist for another half cycle. So on the other hand, if dielectric strength of the medium build up more rapidly than the restriking voltage, then the arc fails to restrike and the current will be interrupted. Okay, the next term is recovery voltage. It is the nominal frequency RMS voltage that appears across the contact of the circuit breaker after final arc extinction. So after final arc extinction, the RMS voltage that appear across the contact of the circuit breaker is known as the recovery voltage. It appear at normal frequency 50 Hz. Okay, so it is approximately equal to the system voltage. Okay, so see here there is a appearance of the transient. Okay, at this point, see the voltage here are normally rising, but at this point it is a transient part. This is known as restriking voltage, but at this point this transient part is decreased. Okay, or stopped. The after this restriking voltage, this normal frequency part. Okay, at this voltage part and this is at normal frequency. Okay, so this voltage which appears across the contact of circuit breaker after final arc extinction, and this voltage level is known as your recovery voltage. Okay, so what happens here? See, when contact of the circuit breaker are opened, current drops to zero. Okay, and after every half cycle. So at some current zero, the contacts are separated sufficiently apart and dielectric strength of the medium between the contacts attains a high value due to removal of ionized particles. Okay, so at such an instant, the medium between the contacts is too strong enough to prevent the breakdown by restriking the voltage. Okay, so consequently the final arc extension takes place and circuit current is interrupted, and immediately after final current interruption, the voltage that appears across the contacts has a transient part. Okay, so however this transient oscillation subside rapidly due to damping effect of the system resistance, and normal circuit voltage appears across the contacts. The voltage across the contacts is of normal frequency and is known as recovery voltage. So finally what you learned, that recovery voltage is the voltage which appear across the contact of the circuit breaker after the final arc extension. That means after the current is interrupted finally. Okay, so the next part is the classification of circuit breaker. So I already told you that that on the basis of medium used for arc extinction, according to this, the type of the different types of circuit breakers are classified. Okay, so the medium used for arc extinction is maybe oil, maybe air, maybe sulfur hexafluoride, or maybe vacuum. Okay, so according to this basis, circuit breaker may be classified into oil circuit breaker, air blast circuit breaker, sulfur hexafluoride circuit breaker, and then vacuum circuit breaker. Okay, so in oil circuit breaker, medium is insulating oil, that may be transformer oil. Okay, it is used for arc extinction. In air blast circuit breaker, high pressure air blast is used for arc extinction. In SF6 circuit breaker, sulfur hexafluoride gas is used for arc extinction. In vacuum circuit breaker, vacuum is used for arc extinction. So we will discuss one by one these different types of circuit breakers. So first one is our oil circuit breaker. Okay. So let's discuss about the construction, operation, advantages, disadvantages, applications of oil circuit breaker. Okay, so in the introduction part, I already discussed about the traditional oil circuit breaker construction. Okay, so see, in such type of circuit breaker, some insulating oil known as transformer oil is used as an arc quenching medium. So the contacts are opened under oil and an arc is struck between them. The heat of the arc evaporate the surrounding oil and dissociate into a substantial volume of gaseous hydrogen at high pressure. Okay, so the hydrogen gas occupies a volume of about 1000 times that of the oil decomposed. So the oil is therefore pushed away from the arc and an expanding hydrogen gas bubble surrounds the arc region and adjacent portions of the contact. Okay, so the arc extension is facilitated mainly by two processes. Okay, so first is the hydrogen gas has high heat conductivity and cools the arc, thus aiding the deionization of the medium between the contacts. And secondly, the gas set off turbulence in the oil and forces it into the space between the contacts, thus eliminating the arcing products from the arc path. The result is that arc is extinguished and the circuit current interrupted. So I already told you this circuit description in the introduction part. See, this is our moving contact and this is our fixed contact. Okay, so it is like this. It is somehow like this. Okay, so this is our so the traditional oil circuit breaker construction is somehow like this. So this is a container. Inside this there is the what? This is somehow the oils are present here like this. These are the oil. Okay, so this is filled with oil and this is the air cushion space provided for the gas, hydrogen gas pressure, to release the hydrogen gas pressure. This is the contacts terminal. This is one terminal, this is one terminal. Okay, and this is the fixed contact. This part is fixed contact and this part is fixed contact, and this act as moving contact. Okay, so this is a plunger connected with the moving contact. So whenever fault occurs, this plunger is this plunger is separated this fixed and moving contact, and see at this area This is the area where fixed and moving contact are separated, and this area arc will struck. So once the arc will struck, what happened? uh, and these are the oil. Somehow it is a insulating oil, that means it is a transformer oil. So the contacts are opened. When the contacts are opened under this oil medium, an arc is struck between this fixed contact and moving contact. Okay, so the heat of this arc evaporate the surrounding oil. Okay, so in this surrounding area, what happens? The heat of the arc evaporates the surrounding oil and dissociates it into a substantial volume of gaseous hydrogen at high pressure. That means the heat of this arc evaporates this oil and convert this into a hydrogen gas. Okay, at high pressure. So this is the, see, this is shown here. This is the contact, they are separated here. This is the arc. Okay, and this is the oil medium. So here oil, what happens? So due to the heat of the arc, here oil is evaporates. Okay, and it is converted into gaseous hydrogen gas. Okay, of high pressure. So the hydrogen gas occupies a volume of about 1000 times that of oil decomposed. So the oil is therefore pushed away from the arc, and expanding hydrogen gas bubble surround the arc region. Okay, and adjacent portions of the contact. So this is the hydrogen gas bubble area, and here the oils are away from this region. Okay, and this is the hydrogen gas bubble region. Okay, so what happens here? See, the hydrogen gas has high heat conductivity. So hydrogen gas has high heat conductivity and cools the arc. So here the hydrogen gas, what it does, it conducts the heat generated through this arc. It has high heat conductivity, so it cools the arc. Okay, and what it aids deionization of this medium between the contact, and then the gas set up turbulence in this oil region. Okay, and forces oil into this space. Okay, so this hydrogen gas create turbulence in this oil medium, so it forces the oil in this arc path. Okay, and thus eliminating the arcing products from this arc path. So in this way arc extinguished and circuit current is interrupted. So what is the advantages of this oil circuit breaker? See, the advantages is that it absorbs the energy, the arc energy, to decompose the oil into gases which have excellent cooling property. Okay, then second is it acts as an insulator and permits smaller clearance between live conductor and earth component. The surrounding oil presents cooling surface in close proximity to the arc. Okay, so it has some disadvantages also. See, what are those? It is inflammable and there is a risk of fire. Obviously, it may form an explosive mixture with air. The arcing products like carbon remain in the oil and its quality deteriorates with successive operation. So it necessitates periodic checking and replacement of oil. Okay, so there are also some types of or classifications of oil circuit breaker. Okay, so it can be classified as bulk oil circuit breaker and low oil circuit breaker. Okay, so bulk oil circuit breaker means which uses large quantity of oil, and in low oil circuit breaker means it uses minimum amount of oil. So in bulk oil circuit breaker, see, the oil has to be serve two purposes. First, it extinguishes the arc during opening of contact, and secondly, it insulates the current conducting part from one another and from earth tank. Okay, so this bulk oil circuit breaker again classified into plain break oil circuit breaker and arc control oil circuit breaker. Okay, so we will discuss in details all these types of oil circuit breakers. And in low oil circuit breaker, we are using minimum amount of oil, and in such circuit breaker oil is used only for arc extinction. Okay, The current conducting parts are insulated by air or porcelain or organic insulating material. Okay. So first we will discuss about plain brake oil circuit breaker, then arc control oil circuit breaker. So see the plain brake oil circuit breaker. So a plain brake oil circuit breaker, it is similar with that conventional oil circuit breaker. Okay. So it involves the simple process of separating the contacts under hole of the oil in the tank. So this is the tank, oil is inside this tank, and inside this oil there is a fixed contact. This is a fixed contact over here. This is a moving contact also over here. So all the separation of these contacts undertake inside this hole of the oil in the tank. Okay. So there is no special system for arc control other than increase in length caused by the separation of the contacts. So there is no special system is used for arc control other than increasing the arc length, okay, by separation of the contacts. So the arc extinction occurs when certain critical gap between the contact is reached. Okay. So the plain brake oil circuit breaker is the earliest type from which all other circuit breakers have to be developed. So it has a very simple construction. So see, it consists of a fixed and moving contact enclosed in a strong weather tight earth tank. This is a earth tank over here. This is a earth tank containing oil. These are the oil inside this tank up to a certain level. This is the level, oil level. Okay. And an air cushion above the oil level. This part is the air cushion shown here. The air cushion provides sufficient room to allow for the reception of the arc gases without generation of unsafe pressure in the dome of the circuit breaker. Okay. So it also absorbs the mechanical shock of the upward oil movement. So this is the figure showing double brake plain oil circuit breaker. Okay, so it is called double brake plain oil circuit breaker. Why? Because it provides two brakes in series. That means here one brake happened and here one brake. So it is a two brake occurs in series. That's why it is known as double brake plain oil circuit breaker. Okay. So what happens? Let's discuss about its operation. So under normal operating condition, the fixed and moving contact remain closed and the breaker carries the normal circuit current. But when fault occurs, the moving contacts are pulled down. So this is the pull down in downward direction. Okay, like this. So when fault occurs, the moving contact are pulled down by protective system. Okay, and an arc is struck which vaporizes the oil mainly into hydrogen gas, which I told you just now. So the arc extinction is facilitated by the following process. What are those processes? See, the hydrogen gas bubble generated around the arc. See, here arc is struck, here arc is struck, and hydrogen gas bubble is surround the arc like this. Here also hydrogen gas bubble surround the arc like this. Okay. So the hydrogen gas bubble generated around the arc cools the arc column and aids the deionization of the medium between the contacts. And the gas set up turbulence in the oil and helps in eliminating the arcing products from the arc path. As the arc lengthens due to separating contacts, the dielectric strength of the medium is increased. So the result of these actions is that at some critical gap length, the arc is extinguished and circuit current is interrupted. Okay, so there is some disadvantages with this type of oil circuit breaker. See, what are the disadvantages? There is no special control over the arc control than the increase in length by separating the moving contact. Therefore, for successful interruption, long arc length is necessary. These breakers have long and inconsistent arcing time. Okay, due to the high arc length. Okay, so these breakers do not permit high speed interruption. Obviously, so due to these disadvantages, plain break all circuit breaker are used normally for low voltage application. Okay, where high braking capacity are not important. So normally this type of circuit breaker are used for low capacity installations where voltage is not exceeding 11 kV. Okay, so up to 11 kV low capacity installation, this type of breaker is used. Clear? So in the next session we will discuss about the arc control oil circuit breaker. Okay, thank you.